Hello everyone, my name is Mirma Tica-Ortiz and welcome to our peaceful classroom. Our peaceful classroom is a dedicated space where educators, parents, and other professionals can come together to talk about different issues on promoting positivity and peace in the lives of children and teens. In its real sense, a peaceful classroom is one where students feel safe, secure, and comfortable in their learning environment. However, there are many things happening around us which challenge even our own sense of balance, our own sense of peace. Today's episode will be about students, or if you are a parent, it will be about our children. Before the pandemic, children and young people have been quite active, most especially when they were in school. In school, students learn by playing. They learn leadership and teamwork through games and sports. At home, chores not only keep them busy, but it teaches them how to manage things around the house. Aside from these, physical education has taught students the value of living a healthy lifestyle. Over the summer, this did not happen much. Many parents complained about their children spending way too much time on social media, and if not on social media, on online gaming. More than this, parents are worried about the physical inactivity they see in children. In this kind of home situation, it won't be a surprise if parents and children end up in constant odds with each other, disturbing the peace that should prevail in every home. In today's episode, we will be listening to Dr. Clarissa Ligon, our protagonist for this episode. Dr. Clark is a mom of 2 boys. She earned her PhD in Family Studies at Miriam College. She teaches under the College of Education and is a well sought out key opinion leader on effective parenting, childhood development and education. Currently, she is the Student Affairs Officer at the Higher Education Unit of Miriam College. Let's listen to Dr. Clark as she describes the reason for young people's inactivity and how it affects their physical wellness.
Good day everyone, this is Dr. Clarissa Ligon, and for this episode, I will be discussing a student's guide to wellness in motion. Dear students, let me ask you, how have you been this pandemic in terms of physical wellness? Did you stay active? Did you exercise? Did you move a lot? Or maybe you watch TV, used your gadgets most of the time. Now let me discuss with you some reasons why some children actually watch TV for quite some time and also use their gadgets instead of staying active. So for the breakdown, there might be 3 reasons why you, dear students, are not active during this pandemic. So the 3 reasons are lack of motivation, lack of space, and also there's lack of time. I will go ahead and discuss lack of motivation. What does this mean? Okay. One reason for lack of motivation can be because you are not interested to exercise, you are not interested to play actively, or perhaps you are not interested to move around. Maybe you are more interested in terms of drawing, just like what you can see here in my slide, maybe reading books, or even doing other sedentary activities. Now, another reason is actually you feel that it is not fun to exercise alone. So maybe you want to play actively, maybe you want to run around, you want to play tag, but nobody is there to play with you. And thus, it is not fun, of course, to play tag if you don't have a person whom you can play with. And that is the reason why maybe on your end, you are not motivated to move around. When we talk about lack of space, maybe just like the boy in this slide, you are motivated or interested to do physical activities such as flying paper airplanes. However, you do not have the space to do this. So when we talk about lack of space, it means you are confined to play within the premises of your home, which might not be big enough. When we talk about lack of space, maybe you are just like the boy here on my slide. As you can see, the boy is playing paper airplanes. Maybe this is something that you are interested to do, which will actually allow you to move around. However, you might not have the space to do this activity. And lack of space means you might be confined to play within the premises of your home, which is not big enough for you to do such physical activities that you want to. Another reason is there might be no equipment for you to use. An example is you might be interested to play basketball, but you might not have the court at home. But before the pandemic, this is something that you do because you go to the park to play with your friends, or maybe in school during recess time or dismissal time. Now let's go to the last reason. Okay? And the last reason is lack of time. Some of you might wonder, lack of time? But during this pandemic, isn't it not that we are at home 24/7? Yes, dear students, some children are actually asked to do family chores. So that means to say they have family responsibilities to do because their parents are working, either working from home or on site. Usually, the eldest children are the ones who are asked to help at home, such as taking care of their siblings. And because of this, they do not have the time to exercise or to move around. Now, I want also to discuss about obesity. When we talk about obesity, this might happen to people who do not move around a lot. Well, according to the 8th National Nutrition Survey, there has been an increase here in the Philippines from 5.8% in 2003 to 9.1% in 2013. And I think because of the pandemic, because we are not allowed to go out for quite some time, and even you, children, are still not allowed to go outside up until this time, there might have been an increase now for the year 2020. Now, according to Global School-Based Health Survey, 13% of the adolescents in the Philippines are overweight and obese already. One might develop health conditions such as heart disease, cancer, type 2 diabetes, and others. Now, for school performance, one might experience sluggishness, poor attendance, non-participation in online classes, inattentiveness, and also poor overall performance. But do not worry, dear students, because later in this episode, I will share with you some tips so that we can actually be more active from breakdown to break free.
It is but natural for parents to protect their children from getting sick, especially over the pandemic. As such, children don't enjoy the benefits of being outdoors with family and friends. Moreover, with some classes held online, students might have been confined to staying inside their homes most of the time, watching television or playing video games whenever they can. It seems that students would rather be on screen, chatting or playing online because at least they are interacting with their peers and classmates. After all, it is no fun to be outdoors all by yourself, right? Dr. Clark mentioned lack of space as a possible reason for being less active, and it is rightfully so because not all homes have the luxury of space. In the same way that not all children have play equipment that would normally be found in schools. But children need time and space to play. According to the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, found in Article 31, the right of the child to rest and leisure and to engage in play and recreational activities appropriate to the age of the children is recognized. However, the pandemic has introduced constraints and fear that limit children's opportunities for play. Though this is not the fault of adults, lack of physical space to play outdoors deprive children of essential childhood and teen experiences and other opportunities. What's lost here is not only physical activity, but opportunities to develop friendship and skills to manage emotions like frustration, boredom, anger, etc. It is unfortunate that children have lost the unique benefits of being outdoors these days, to have constant contact with nature and the environment. If children are not playing with gadgets, it is possible that they are busy doing household chores that keep them away from engaging in active fun. Dr. Clark mentions that the lack of physical activity causes undesirable behavior which may be evident in their online classes. Teachers should watch out for inattentiveness, sluggishness, poor attendance or non-participation to online classes, or overall poor performance. Now let's listen to Dr. Clark as she discusses ways to break free from physical inactivity among children.
Let's now talk about some tips in order for us to become active and physically well again. I have here 4 suggestions that you can do. The first one is engage in fun physical activities so that you can be motivated to move again. Second is to do the 3 kinds of physical activities suggested by the Department of Health. Third is to have breaks to move. And lastly, reduce the source of your stress. When we talk about physical activities, they do not have to be hard or difficult. Physical activities can actually be fun. Take a look at the boy here in this slide. As you can see, he is dancing and having fun. So please do movement activities that you like. Think about your interests and also talents. For my family, there are times wherein we search via YouTube some dancing activities that we can actually follow and of course have fun while moving. The next tip that I have for you is to check the physical activities that you do. According to the official publication of the Department of Health in 2010, there are actually 3 types of physical activities that you should engage in. These are the daily active tasks, programmed physical activity, and also high impact play. When we talk about the active daily tasks, these can be the chores that you do at home but also allow you to move. A good example is when you help your mom and or your dad to hang clothes after having them washed. Another one is perhaps setting the table or even washing the dishes. When we talk about programmed physical activities, these are actually the exercises that you do when you were still in school during PE time. And perhaps you can remember the steps, okay, or the parts of these programmed activities, and you can also do this at home. You can also ask the help of a family member or even browse the web for ideas. And lastly, we talk about high impact play. I'm sure that you enjoy playing, but hopefully this time not playing using your gadgets, but actually playing while moving around. And when we talk about high impact play, these are play activities that actually allow you to move around using all parts of your body. A good example of this is, as you can see in the slide, the boy playing paper airplane, which when you throw, okay, of course you have to pick up, which will allow you to move. Or also another one is tagu-taguan or hide and seek. You may ask your mom, your dad, or other family members to join you in this type of high impact play. Let's go to the third tip, and it is to have breaks to move while you are already studying or perhaps watching TV or using your gadgets. According to Dr. Patrick Mularoni from Johns Hopkins Hospital 2020, he suggests that when children are already studying, they should be given breaks in the day to get up and move around in order to recharge. So just like what you can see here in the slide, have breaks between your online classes. And when we talk about breaks, not just breaks, of course, for your eyes so you don't strain them, but also breaks for you to stand up and to use the whole part of your body to move around. This can be maybe doing some jumping jacks, or maybe if you have jumping rope at home, you can do that also. And even just, walking around your house, maybe in the living room and the dining room, that can suffice already. But take note, when you have breaks during your online classes, if you are studying already, or breaks while you are doing sedentary activities, hopefully these are breaks that would allow you to move using your whole body. Now, this brings me to the last tip that I have for you, which is, of course, to reduce source of stress in order to become physically well. Some of you watching right now might be thinking, do children encounter stress? And the answer is definitely yes. So imagine not being able to go to school, not being able to see your friends or maybe visit your relatives can be stressful for adults and even so for children. And according to Save the Children 2020, there are some stress buster tips and activities that children can do. So one, thing that can help reduce the source of stress is to find a quiet spot in the house which is actually free from distractions. So you can go here just to relax, just to take a break. And another example is the use of stress balls that can be squeezed and released to help ease muscle tension. Stress balls can actually be easy to do. You need a balloon, okay? And then you can put sand or maybe mongo beans inside. So tie it with a rubber band, and then you can use this already for you again to release your muscle tension. Lastly, I want you to remember to have a healthy and balanced diet. So this is also crucial for you to be able, okay, to exercise, to move around, and to stay physically fit. So don't forget to eat vegetables and fruits, and also get a good night's sleep. Even if you don't have school yet, please make sure that you have at least 9 to 10 hours of sleep so that you can be physically well.
Dr. Clark discusses 3 ways to increase physical activity among children. Number 1, daily tasks. Number 2, programmed physical activity. And number 3, high impact play. She talked about allowing children to do chores as a daily task. Oftentimes, parents would rather do the chores themselves because of impatience. In fixing the bed, they would rather do the folding because they think that their children can't do it properly. In washing dishes, they would tell their children to just leave the plates and glasses on the table because they fear that it won't be washed thoroughly. Or in sweeping the floor, parents may think that instead of helping, children scatter the dirt all the more, so what's the point, they ask. The point is, children can learn a lot from doing household chores, and parents need to start them young. According to an online article in raisingchildren.net.au, doing chores help children learn about what they need to do to care for themselves, a home, and family. They learn skills they can use in their adult lives, like preparing meals, cleaning, organizing, and keeping a garden. Though chores are physical in nature, it also gives children an experience of relational skills such as negotiation and cooperation. It teaches them to feel responsible and competent, that they can do things by themselves. And it helps families work together, thereby reducing stress. Dr. Clark mentioned arranging for children to do programmed physical activities such as exercise. Studies have shown that exercise promotes secretion of neurotransmitters such as serotonin that helps reduce symptoms of depression, anxiety, and even psychotic symptoms. The Mayo Clinic in 2019 lists several benefits of regular exercise. It is common knowledge that exercise improves the mood, controls weight, combats diseases, and boosts sleep, among other benefits. The recommended hours of exercise is 2.5 hours per week, or about 20 minutes a day of moderate physical activity. Keep children motivated by allowing them to lead the exercise from time to time. Now, finally, when was the last time you had high impact play with your children? Now, think about it. Since adults need physical activity as well, joint physical activity like a game of basketball or simply dancing in the living room or anywhere you like will not only improve your condition, the condition of your body, but also will increase quality time with your children. All these suggestions are indeed very useful. However, the reality of online classes lends some of these physical activity impractical. Let's review what Dr. Clark suggests as ways to insert physical activity while your kids are having online classes for most part of the day. First on the list is to take breaks in between classes. This could mean a good stretch or walk to the kitchen to get a glass of water. It could also mean stepping out of the garden for a few minutes to get some fresh air, or to get positive energy from petting the family cat or dog. Now that school has begun, children need to get enough sleep. According to an article in sleepfoundation.org, school-aged children need about 9 to 11 hours of sleep. Teach children to create a bedroom environment that is peaceful, quiet, and comfortable. Avoiding distractions such as electronic devices in the bedroom can make it easier for children to fall asleep. Habits like having a regular bed routine can aid in sleeping better. It is also recommended that children be given opportunities to use up their energy the entire day and to slow down before bedtime. These can make it easier for them to fall asleep and to stay asleep all throughout the night. Now, with parents being busy with work from home demands, sometimes monitoring meals can become quite challenging. It would help if children be given the opportunity or responsibility to prepare their own healthy snack. Dr. Clark said that eating is not only about physical nourishment, but it is also an opportunity to engage with family in a meaningful way. Finally, check on children or students for signs of stress. During the pandemic, we should not assume that children do not feel emotion that come with the uncertainty of time. They too feel overwhelmed with schoolwork. They too feel exhausted at the end of the day, and perhaps they too feel emotionally tired in dealing with people in their lives. As adults, it is best to tune into them when signs of stress manifest. Dr. Clark said, "Let us find creative ways to reduce stress among young people. Teach them how to pause and how to step back when feeling stressed." Let's end with a breakthrough challenge. Are you ready? Okay, so if you were to create your own physical wellness checklist, what healthy practice will you include? If you were to grade yourself on how well you were able to do these practices, how would you rate yourself when it comes to exercise, sleep, healthy meals, or minimizing stress? Okay, so think about it. If your score is low, what do you need to do to improve your habits? If your score is high, well, congratulations to you. You are now ready to move on to the next pillar of wellness. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed our show today. See you all next week for our next episode on emotional wellness here at our peaceful classroom.
Hello everyone, it's me again, Coach Joseph. So for today, I'll be giving out exercises na pwede tayong gawin habang nakaupo. Okay, so Anong kailangan natin? Upuan. So mostly, na ginagawa natin every time na nag-work tayo sa bahay, nakaupo lang tayo. Actually, dito yung setup ko whenever nagko-online training ako. Nakaupo ako, I have my ring light, dito yung laptop ko, dito yung cellphone ko. So, nakakonstrict yung movement natin, nare-restrict yung movement natin na nakaupo lang tayo all the time. So, I'll give you exercises na madagdagan lang yung movement natin habang nasa workstation tayo. Okay? So, first exercise, ang kailangan lang natin is yung upuan. Okay? So, first exercise, adjust ko lang yung upuan ha. Adjust ko lang. So, from here, atlas lang kayo ng onte. Okay? Atlas lang ng onte from the table. And then, we will do leg extension. So, from here, actually, sana makita ninyo. Yang! Okay, so from here, dito lang yung pa ako. Okay? So, from here, pwede nyo gawin siyang sabay. Pwede nyo siyang gawin na individual. So, isa-isa lang. So, ganito na leg extension. So, from here, extend, taas, and then balik. Extend, full extension, and then balik. Again, full extension, and then balik. Full extension, and then balik. Pwedeng isa, pwedeng sabay. Kahit anong technique nyo, pwede din gawin. So, leg extensions, activate natin yung quads natin. So, ang gagawin natin is 4 sets tayo of 10. Ulit natin, 4 sets of 10 each side. Okay? And then, next exercise is laterals. Actually, we don't need any weight. So, next, dito lang din, nakaupo lang din tayo. From here, you just have to lift your arms, taas, and then slowly go down. Technique, bibigyan ko kayo ng technique every time ginagawa natin laterals. Just make sure na hindi nakalaki elbows ninyo. Unlock your elbows. Okay, unlock your elbows lang ha. Okay, so from here, going up, and then go down. Then go up, and then go down. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin is 10 reps tayo per side, 3 sets. Okay? 10 reps, 3 sets. And then, ang next natin is front raise. 10 reps again, 3 sets. Uulitin ko. Laterals, angat. 10 reps, 3 sets. And then, front raise. 10 reps, 3 sets. Pwede siyang single, pwede siyang sabay. Walang problema. Okay? So, last exercise natin is Arnold press. So, from here, imagine nyo, pwede kayong may weight this time, pwede kayong may hawak at bottle, pwede kayong may hawak at dumbbell, pwede naman kahit ano. Okay? So, regardless, with weight or without weight, mahirap siya. Okay? So, from here, isipin nyo, meron tayong weight na hawak and then twist going up and then twist go down. Okay? Twist going up and then twist going down. Twist going up and then twist going down. So, ang gagawin natin is 3 sets of 10. Yun lang. Okay? So, first exercise is leg extensions, 4 sets of 10. Second exercise is laterals, 3 sets of 10. And then front raise, 3 sets of 10. And then last is Arnold press, 3 sets of 10. So, technique, every time ginagawa yung Arnold press, from here, isipin nyo, may tube lang sa harap ninyo, may tube lang yung arms ninyo, never siya lalabas sa tube. Okay? Okay? So, from here, ganito, huwag nyo nang ilalabas. Okay? So, isipin nyo, elevator, pinupull lang yung kamay nyo pataas, and then twist, and then balik. Okay? So, pabalikan ko na yung online training ko. Andyan siya, nag-training siya. Okay? So, thank you again to Dr. Gail, to everyone. So, sana nakatulong ako sa mga exercises na sa bahay. Again, if you have any questions, pwede kayong mag-send sa akin through Instagram, pwede kayong mag-send sa akin through Facebook. It's Coach Joseph Jubilado sa Facebook, and then sa IG is Coach Joseph J. Guys, maraming salamat. Stay safe and God bless.